It is that time of the show when we say hello to today's guest. And this is a gentleman that I've been looking forward to chatting with, Bob Ulloa from Bob's Record Shack. And Bob, I'm starting to see more and more places selling vinyl. What gives with that? Is vinyl coming back?
Yes, it is.
And if you tell me 8-tracks are coming back, I may have to hurt you.
Yeah, I got 8 tracks.
Okay, I believe you do, and probably cassettes as well.
Yes, yeah.
But I've been by your store, on the weekends, and sometimes when they have the festivals, because you're right here in historic Old Town Upland. In fact, you're right behind Scavenger's Treasures, right off of 2nd Street, just north of 9th. And there's a lot of people, and they're going through the boxes, and I get this sense they're looking for some of their old favorites.
Yeah. Oh yes, and even their children. They've grown up listening to them. They want them too. So
why are people going back to vinyl?
Well, I thank MP3 for that, because this is the sound that they have nowadays went digital compared to analog sound, which is on the vinyl, and the digital sound took a little bit away, but when it went to MP3, it compressed it even more to where you don't hear what the band recorded in the studio, what they wanted you to hear. A lot of it's lost.
Now, there are some people, and I'm not one of them, that would argue with that and say, well, you don't have the right speakers, or you don't have good enough equipment.
It's their opinion, everybody has their own taste in music, and I happen to like vinyl. I know there's other people like me, and that's the people I cater to, because it's an experience. So you have a clean piece of vinyl, and you have a really good stereo system. It's an experience to sit down and listen to that music on vinyl. And I enjoy it, and I enjoy selling to and entertaining other people that enjoy that with me. So.
And when you think about it, the digital, really at the end of the day, it's just zeros and ones. Whereas I think you get a warmth, and it's almost like the difference between reading a newspaper, a magazine, or a book that you touch, hold, and feel versus reading it on your tablet.
Right.
It's just a whole different experience with vinyl.
Yeah.
But now, and this may be a dumb question, are bands today still producing vinyl, or is everything digital?
Bands today have gone back to cassettes. Because that's an analog sound which they can record on. CDs is digital, and you lose a little bit with digital, and so a lot of cassettes are coming back. The bands that record and they want to get their music out there, they put it on cassettes and distribute their cassettes at their shows.
So I'm going to have to dig out some of my old cassette players.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I had my CD player break in my car, went out, and I said, okay, I have some cassettes in the garage somewhere. I found them, and I put a cassette in, and I hadn't heard a cassette in years, and I was surprised how good the sound was. I go, why did we go to CDs? It's the analog sound on tape.
Right, because on tape,
for me,
at least the older tape, I mean, there's tape that you can record digitally, but the older tape is still an analog sound.
Yes.
But then you've got to stick the pen and wind the thing, and the tape stretches.
Small price.
Yeah, small price.
Yeah, I had someone come in. Yeah, but he swore by his digital. He wanted to get an argument with me, but hey, that's your opinion. I have.
Yeah, it's what you like.
And one of his things was, he said that, he goes, yeah, but I can sit on the couch and I don't have to get up and turn the record over. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind getting up and turning the record over. It's a small price to pay.
And it's part of that experience.
Yeah. And
that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
So obviously then, if bands today aren't producing anything on vinyl, you've only got older stuff. Is it still in production, or do you just go out and find people how do you come across what you sell?
Oh, that's a job. Finding used vinyl. Because if you go into Barnes and Noble, they have new vinyl,
that are remakes of old music.
But really what it is, it's like an oversized CD, because that recording they're using is digital.
And then they're just putting it onto the vinyl.
Yeah, so finding old vinyl, that's the job. It's out there. I've been fortunate. I've had people come and sell me some good collections, so I have good stuff to offer.
Yeah, because I've been in there. You've got just bin after bin after bin full. So what is most popular when people come into your store?
Well, Beatles.
Okay.
The Beatles are, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, and a lot of people are looking for the 80s, the punk.
Okay.
And that's hard to find because there wasn't much put out, and the people that have it,
they're not letting go.
No, no.
And vinyl is hard to store long term, because I imagine you come across a lot of it that's the heat, it's warped, it's scratched,
Yes.
and isn't that high quality that you need. So I'm guessing there's a lot of garbage out there.
There is.
Not a lot of good stuff.
I got
out
quite
there.
a bit in my garage, yes. You know, you have to take the good with the bad when you buy collections. And unfortunately, yeah, there's some vinyl that the covers are beat, but the vinyl's good, and vice versa. And you know, it's just that if you find where the covers are really nice and the vinyl's really good, you got a gem.
Yeah.
Sometimes some people, they're not worried about what the cover looks like. They just want that good vinyl that sounds good when they put it on their turntable. So I have some of that available too.
And is vinyl expensive? I mean, is it selling at like antique prices or
It varies anywhere from $1 up to $100. It just depends on the artist, title, and you know how much is available out there. I came across this album from this collection I bought, and it was a group I never heard of. I thought, well, I'm going to put this in the dollar bin, you know, and I'm lucky I didn't, because I looked it up, and it was an album where only 250 copies were.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so it's important, you know, to research what you have. And I played it, and it was like a heavy metal punk, and I had no idea, because it was a blue vinyl and only one side had songs on it.
Only one side.
Yeah, the other side was blank. So it was a fun find, and that's another thing about the older vinyl, finding the good stuff like that.
Now, is the vinyl today? Do you just sell 33s, or do you? I remember the old 45s.
You know, I have some friends that are very knowledgeable.
I just dated myself, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, I did. Okay, never mind.
That's good. My first record was a 45.
There you go.
It was by the Archies, Sugar Sugar. I remember it well.
God, I remember that.
But I have friends that's all they specialize is 45s. A lot of DJ friends. And they can look at a label and they can tell you exactly what kind of genre of music it is. And it's pretty impressive. I don't have that knowledge for 45s. I'm learning about 33s still, so I stick to 33s.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I want to talk more about the range of music you offer and what do I play it on? Okay. Obviously, I don't have a turntable, so I'm going to be looking for some advice there as well. But in the meantime, if someone wants more information, website, phone number?
You can follow me on Facebook. My phone number is area code 909-551-6766. And I'm on Facebook, Bob's Record Shack group page. And on that, you can follow me with all my latest, I post all my latest new arrivals, where I'm going to be at. You know, I'm at the shop, like I'm doing, sales here and there. So it's pretty informative, and I highly suggest you follow me on that.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, but the best part of this conversation is yet to come. Don't go away. We are back and coming to you from one of my favorite places in the world, Charlie's Stars and Stripes in historic Old Town Upland, right on the corner of 2nd and D Street. And you got to check this place out. I'm here many nights during the week having dinner and a drink, and there's always something going on. Karaoke, live music on the weekends, trivia, and more. Today we are joined by Bob Ulloa from Bob's Record Shack in historic Old Town Upland, directly behind Scavenger's Treasures. And Bob, in the first segment, we were talking about the resurgence of vinyl and how vinyl has really a deeper, richer, the fidelity is better, many believe, than the digital sound.
Yes.
So if I walked into your shop and I'm ready to relive some of my memories, and I remember, God, this is dating me. One of my favorite albums was Smoke on the Water, Deep Purple.
Yeah.
And I found that. I would then buy it, and then I'd look at you and go, oh, I don't have anything to play this on. So what would you recommend? How does one go about buying? I haven't had a turntable for 40 years.
Well, one thing I recommend is buying from me.
Oh, you sell turntables?
Yes, I buy used turntables, older turntables, you know, from back in the 70s, 80s, and I have them refurbished. And then people understand this, when you have a good turntable, you also have to have yourself an amp, stereo receiver, and speakers. And that's how you get the best sound.
Well, and that's the old joke. You know, crummy speakers on a good stereo kind of defeats the purpose.
Exactly. And that's how you can really enjoy the vinyl at its best. I don't recommend these cheap...
the imports?
The imports from China. They can damage your vinyl over time. You're right. So the vintage equipment is making a resurgence also.
But now that vintage equipment, I remember in the old days you had to replace the needle every now and then.
Yes.
And the needles are still available and stuff?
Yes, you can shop on them on eBay. There's local music stores around here that offer the cartridges. So
oh, nice.
They're available. I think that would be one of the first things you do. One of the first things I do when I get a turntable is replace that, so that when I sell that, I know that, okay, this is good equipment, this has a brand new needle, it's not going to damage the vinyl.
So, you know, if I said, look, you know, I'm not an audiophile, but I do want to listen to the vinyl, I want it to sound reasonably good, what am I looking at spending? I mean, I know I could get a $10,000, $20,000 system, and I couldn't. I'd like to, but I can't.
Right.
But what would a reasonable...
Well, you know, you can, there's...
Like one of your systems, a mid-range.
A mid-range could be anywhere between 200 up to 400.
Oh.
And what determines that is just the quality of the receiver and the quality of the speakers. Turntables are pretty much pretty much in the same ballpark. I mean, if you're getting a vintage turntable, they're pretty much the same price, unless you get into the high-end techniques, and then then you're going to spend some money. But I like to keep between 2 and 4 because that's affordable for most people. You can spend a lot more than that if you want. I mean, there's some old equipment out there, Macintosh, Marantz, that goes for thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I actually have a client that produces, their systems are all tubed, and they start at like 20 grand.
Yeah.
And they recommend you putting it in its own room, you know, soundproofed.
Yeah.
But it's like you're sitting in a concert hall.
Yes.
I've been in their test room.
Yes.
It's
awesome.
I really personally, and it's the equipment to some degree, but I don't believe that a digital player of any kind, even with those great speakers, could produce the same sound that comes off that vinyl.
No, I agree with you.
So that is cool. Now, my other question is, if someone comes to you and they know what they're looking for and say you don't have it, can you acquire it? Is there a way to do that?
Well, I have a list of albums and things that I'm looking for customers currently, so that when I come across it, I give them a call. And I had a customer, it was about a year ago, Lemon Festival. I was out front of Scavenger's Treasure selling albums on my table. And he was looking for a Rare Earth album, because Rare Earth, live in concert. And he goes, Bob, I've been looking for this thing for 8 years. I've never found one. Good luck. I found 2.
Wow.
Yeah. I found 2, so he was very happy. You know, he's very
Now, something like that, where you've got to go out and search for it, and it's rare. I'm guessing not $1.
No. Well, it doesn't be that expensive either. But it's not like I'm pretty much going out there and looking for that one thing. It just happens to come into this collection or that collection, and there's that album that I was looking for, and that's how that happens.
Because what I'm thinking here, I invest a couple $100 in a system, and I can go and buy vinyl from you for say $1 to $10. That's like cheaper than a CD. I'm downloading songs for $1.20 a piece.
Right. Yeah.
So this is starting to sound like a pretty good value to me.
It is
for better sound.
Yes, for better sound, exactly, and for a better experience too. I had this friend that he told me, Bob, there's nothing like staying at home on a Friday, me and the wife, we get our drink, we put our favorite album on, turn the lights down, and just listen to the music. He goes, we don't have to go anywhere, do anything, we're having a good time at home, enjoying the music. And I go, yeah, that's what a lot of people got away from with this digital, and you listen to it on your earphones, and you know, it's just, you just don't get that kind of a feeling.
How can a little itty bitty speaker stuffed in your ear?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I do that when I'm jogging, but
Right, convenience, right.
but now if you could figure out how I could strap the turntable on my back while I'm jogging, I would do that. You know, just for okay, maybe not.
that'd be a good workout.
that would be a good workout. So Bob, we're wrapping up here. So one more time, where are you located and how can people find you?
Okay, I'm in the very back of Scavenger's Treasure. I have an entrance in the back alley, right behind here, Charlie's. And also you can come in through the front. I have my own little area back there. I'm open 6 days a week, Tuesday through Sunday. I had to think about that. Because I'm going to start staying open on Mondays with the holidays coming up. Take advantage of it 7 days a week, and then after that I'll take my vacation. But I'm there from 12 to 6. Sometimes later, sometimes earlier, but 12 to 6 is my normal hours.
And your Facebook page?
My Facebook page is Bob's Record Shack _group. I have a group page.
And you know, for anyone that's watching or listening, what a great idea for the holidays. Buy that special person a turntable, some vinyl. I guarantee that'll keep you out of the doghouse for a while. Don't go away. We will be right back.